Okay, back for story 2. Um, this one is titled Bookstore Phobia. Okay, this one might seem weird, but at some point in my past, I don't know when this happened to me, but it's some phobia that's kind of crept into me about. I'm not a klepto, and I haven't stolen anything, and for some reason in my psyche, I freak out when I go into a bookstore and I don't buy something when I leave. As if people see me go in, look at stuff, leave without buying something, automatically would assume that I'm stealing something, even though I know that I'm not, and there's nothing to be worried about. But so here you go. This happened to me a couple days ago. I go into a mall over here in Connecticut, and I'm having some photos developed, and it's a 1 hour photo, so I got to blow some time. So with this, I go and I buy a new Verizon battery for my Razr phone because I need the extended battery because up here signal sucks and it keeps switching back and forth between the old network and the new EVDO high-speed network, and because of that, the battery just drains fast. I also go to one of the computer stores and buy a video game called Evidence, which is a second game in a line of games from the Adventure Gaming Company, which this is a plug that I'm putting in here. I'm not getting paid, but I'm plugging it. It's an awesome game. It's so interactive that it's like you're hunting down a serial killer or some kind of CSI related kind of thing, but it's so interactive that you set up an email account or you register the game with an email account, and as you're playing the game during portions of the game, you get emails from like random people pertaining to the game, like, hey, we saw this video and we think you should see it, take a look at this footage, da da da. So it's a really cool game. I recommend it for anybody that's big into CSI or criminal investigation, law and order, any of those kind of hunting down the killer kind of things. It's really cool. So anyway, that aside, back to the story. So I buy this video game, I buy this Verizon battery, and I'm walking around the store. So I still have like 30 minutes or so to blow. So I go into the bookstore, and the phobia immediately kicks in, because as I walk through the security things, you hear beep beep beep. There, obviously I set it off as I walked through. There was no one coming out, there was no one else going in but me. But the people at the counter didn't look at the front to see what was going on. Like they didn't care that the alarm went off. So no one saw that it was me coming into this place beeping. My phobia immediately kicked in. Now I'm freaking out. And I'm like, oh crap, I'm stuck in this store. And so I start walking around and I just start looking at books. I try not to think about it. Try to take my mind off it. I flip through, look through some computer manuals, things like this. Now it's like a half an hour later, so I can go pick up my photos, but I'm still freaking out because I'm in the store, and again, my weird phobia, there were too many people up at the counter for me to just go up and say, hey, I think I set your alarm off. Can you, run my bag over your magnetic thingy and make it go and cancel it? Because it was like an inconvenience, because then I gotta, I'm not buying anything, yet I'm taking up the person's time as well as making all these other people wait, and it's just, I'm too considerate in certain circumstances of other people. So here I am, now trying to blow more time. So I'm still walking around. But now I'm starting to get brave, so I'm testing the waters. So I go over to the side that's got like the magazines and the comic books and things like that. The comic books right next to the exit, which happens to be right next to the little security things. So I put the bag in my left hand and I fake like I'm looking at, the Girly Cosmo magazines, because that's what's on the section by the comic books. And as I see people start to walk into the store, I take one step towards the scanner, and all of a sudden, beep, 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 as these people walk through. But I know it's me, and I'm like, oh, crap! Ugh. And so now I'm freaking out now. Now I got the little, sweat rings starting to occur because I'm hot, and I don't know what to do because I'm freaking out. Because, I can't just walk out because then I'll get stopped because the alarm went off, and I have a bag, so I look suspicious. Now, by this point, I probably look suspicious by virtue of my thought of thinking I'm going to get caught, because these places have cameras. So now they probably see this suspicious guy that keeps testing the security device. But I wasn't thinking that at the time. So I go back further into the store. I start looking at some of the music stuff. I swing by there's like the new age section just to see what the new age stuff that came out is, because it was after Halloween and they always put out all the weird new stuff then. So then I start going down the other side of the store, and this is a little bookstore. This isn't like one of the big stores where you got an upstairs and a downstairs. There's no coffee shop in here. It's really like this little hallway that's like got 3 aisles in it, and everything is in between and along the edges of the walls. So here I am freaking out. I test the fiction side and then get down to where the new releases are, and again, looking off to that side and now placing the bag in my right hand, I look to wait for somebody to start walking in, and then I take a quick step towards the security device again, and beep, 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 and now people are kind of looking because it's the third time it's gone off, and I'm freaking out again. I'm like, but I'm like freaking out inside because I don't want to be, overt in what's going on. So then I quickly, start looking at the books and, walking down the wall and, acting like I'm just still looking at stuff and like it was those people that made the alarm go off. But there's still a big line. There it is, an hour later. I'm still stuck in this small, tiny bookstore. Probably looked at every damn book in the place, all because of this weird phobia of mine. And so then, finally the crowd starts dissipating because it's getting close to time for time for the mall to close. So there's not a lot of people in there, and I wait for the last person to leave. And then I walk up and I finally say, hey, I think, it's been a couple times my bag set off your alarm. Can you take a look at it? And he's like, yeah, what you got? And I'm like, well, I got this video game. He takes it. He's like, nope, that wasn't it. And he's like, anything else? I'm like, I got a Verizon battery. And he goes, dink, that was it. All of, maybe 15 seconds it took for him to do that to clear me. And then I could walk out, to which I beelined it out of there. Versus the whole hour of time that I wasted because of some weird phobia in my brain about them thinking that I'm stealing something because I didn't buy something when I know that I haven't stolen anything, but now I look suspicious because of my mannerisms in the store. So this has happened to me at almost every bookstore I go into, unless I'm with someone, then I feel okay enough to go out, like they're some kind of protector or whatever. Or because more people are involved if the alarm goes off, then it's not that big of a deal. I don't know. But, yeah, so there's that. And I also seem to get that sometimes when I go to a high-tech store, Best Buy, Circuit City, something like that. Because you go in, and even though I'm just browsing and I haven't even intended to buy something, it still feels awkward walking out. Like everybody's staring at me because I'm walking out and I didn't buy anything. So maybe there's a possibility that I'm taking something. And it's like, I don't know why I have this, but I was explaining that to my girlfriend tonight, and she said, that's a really good story. You really got to put that one up. So there's my stories for the night, and I hope that you all enjoyed them. And there'll be more to come as I reminisce with her and she points out other good stories. So I'll catch y'all later. Bye.